Audio Jungle.
Man gunned down on Camperdown Road, Kingston. The East Kingston police are probing the circumstances which led to the fatal shooting of a man at a shop on Camperdown Road on Friday morning. The deceased has been identified as 45-year-old Will Kirk James. Investigators say about 8 o'clock, Mr. James stopped to purchase a drink at a grocery shop when he was pounced upon by armed men traveling on a motorcycle. The gunmen shot him several times. He was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. St. Mary man charged with murder and firearm offenses. Detectives assigned to the St. Mary Police Division charged a 36-year-old man with murder and other firearm-related offenses on Thursday. He is Ryan McNeish, otherwise called Roger Blacks, a higgler of Belfield Pen in the parish. McNeish was charged in relation to the murder of 22-year-old Ryan Prendergast and the injuring of another man. He was also charged with 2 counts of using a firearm to commit a felon, 2 counts of possession of prohibited weapon, 2 counts of unauthorized possession of ammunition, dealing in prohibited weapon, 2 counts of possession of a firearm with the intent to injury, 2 counts of possession of ammunition with intent to injury, and shooting with intent. Reports are that about 2:45 p.m., Prendergast and another man allegedly went to a property in the area to pick apples. Upon leaving, they were confronted by McNeish. It is alleged that McNeish pulled a firearm from his waistband and opened fire, hitting Prendergast. The police were alerted, and Prendergast was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The other man escaped injuries. The incident was reported to the police, and during the investigation, an operation was carried out on McNeish's premises, and 1 9mm Springfield firearm, 1 magazine, and 28 9mm rounds of ammunition were found in his possession. He was taken into custody and charged on Friday. Thanksgiving service for former PNP councillor candidate Maxine Salabi. A cloud of sadness had blanketed the Town Hall Baptist Church in Westmoreland, where party supporters and residents gathered for the Thanksgiving service for former People's National Party councillor candidate for the Friendship Division Maxine Salabi. Salabi, who died on January 3rd at hospital after she collapsed at a party's meeting at Hotel Commingle in Westmoreland, was on her way to represent her party at the upcoming polls when the worst happened. The 49-year-old former PNP standard-bearer, who had been named the party's candidate a few months prior to her passing, was excited to run on the PNP ticket after turning away from the Jamaica Labour Party 11 years earlier. Her niece, Claudine Vernon, told reporters on Saturday that she is still in a state of shock following her aunt's sudden death. "I am shocked by the sudden loss of my dear aunt. She was always full of love and life, and I just spoke with her over the Christmas holiday, and she was so excited about her new political endeavors," her distraught niece said as she signed the attendance booklet at the funeral. Chairman of the PNP's region, Ian Hills, brought greetings from the PNP president, Mark Golden. "On behalf of the PNP party and 5 candidates of Western Westmoreland, I personally want to thank Ms. Salabi's family for giving Maxine to us to offer herself in service," Hill said in his address to the church packed with mourners. Hills, in reading goes in tribute, said Salabi's sudden departure has sent shockwave throughout the party and community. He said Comrade Salabi's untimely passing was difficult and she would be irreplaceable in our hearts. Also present at the Thanksgiving service were the candidates for the Western Westmoreland, including Joan Bahadur, who will replace Salabi as the council candidate for the Friendship Division. Salabi was laid to rest at her family's plot at Nancy Pond Townhead. Man accused of impersonating Government Minister falls in vehicle scam granted bail. The St. Anne auto mechanic, who allegedly used Government Minister Darrell Vall's name to scam persons of over $5 million, was offered bail in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday. Giovanni Francis, 31, otherwise called Jaco, of Delmar District Drugs Hall in St. Anne, was nabbed in January and charged with conspiracy to defraud and attempting to obtain money by false pretense. He was granted $2 million bail by Parish Judge Jester Crooks following an application by his attorney at law Chadwick Berry. Francis is to surrender his travel documents and report to the police 3 times daily. He was also ordered not to visit Kingston Wharves or contact any of the complainants or witnesses as part of his bail conditions. He is to return to court on May 17. According to allegations, Francis, claiming to be Vols, lured persons into a scheme where money would be collected to ship motor vehicles into the island. He reportedly collected $2.7 million and $15,000 for the purchase of motor vehicle, which was not delivered on a date in 2020. Francis is further alleged to have contacted another person by telephone on January 10 this year while purporting to be Vols. The accused allegations claim he had purchased 2 Toyota Prado motor vehicles at an upcoming auction at a reduced rate and requested payment of $2.5 million, which would cover the customs and storage fees. The victim was told that he would not be required to make any further payments. The would-be scam victim then raised suspicion and contacted the government minister, who confirmed that the activity was a scam and encouraged the man to contact the police. Simone Campbell Collymore shooter stalked out apartment complex night before murder, witness testifies. One of the shooters allegedly involved in the murder of businesswoman Simone Campbell Collymore slept in a car at her apartment complex the night before she was shot 19 times. The shooter in question was also reportedly observed leaving the car the following morning and knocking on the door of her husband's apartment. The revelation was made during the testimony of a security guard who worked at the complex. The 32-year-old businesswoman and her taxi driver, Winston Walters, were shot outside her Forest Ridge apartment complex in Red Hill, St. Andrew on January 2nd, when 2 men sprayed the vehicle with bullets close to 4 p.m. Her husband, Omar Collymore, and his co-defendants, Michael Adams, Dwayne Pink, and Shaquille Edwards, are currently on trial for the double murder. The security guard, who was working a 12-hour shift which started at 7 a.m. on New Year's Day that year, testified that after 3 a.m., he was doing a routine patrol on the complex when he noticed a light blue Toyota car parked next to one of the cars parked on the compound. The witness said he had never seen the car before and became suspicious, as it was not customary for a vehicle to be parked on the property like that, and so he went to check. When he got closer to the car, he said he noticed a man sleeping in it, and when he bounced the vehicle, the man raised his head before lowering it. According to the witness, he got a good look at the man as the air was very bright owing to the street light and fence bulb on the compound. He described the man as having a brown complexion and appearing to be bleached with tattoos on his lower hand. The guard also told the court that he recorded the license plate number, and when he checked the logbook, he said the name of the driver and the person coming to visit Collymore. The guard said after pondering for 10 minutes about the situation, he resumed his patrol and returned to the guard room. About 5:30 a.m. that morning, the guard said he went to the section of the property and positioned himself so that he could observe who was coming out of the car. Half an hour later, the guard said he heard the door being opened and saw when the person exited the vehicle. However, he said as he approached the man, he walked in the direction of apartment 2 and knocked on the door. The witness said he immediately walked up to the pool area, and after observing nothing unusual, he returned to his post. Hours later, after departing work, the guard said he was at home at 4:30 p.m. when he got a call and went to the premises, where he saw several police officers and guards. After arriving, he said he saw the security personnel were viewing security footage and observed that it was recording of the footage. Describing what he saw, he said, "I viewed a dark blue 4-door taxi approaching the gate. Following behind were 2 motorcycles with 2 pillions. When the vehicle approached the gate and the female guard was approaching the gate to see who it was, the bikes approached the car without warning, and the 2 planes approached both sides of the car and opened fire." Asked if he could see the shooters, the guard said he could see the man in their entirety for clothing and face. "The first shooter that came to the driver's side was the same individual I saw earlier that morning, coming out of the Blue Wish and approaching Mr. Collymore's apartment," the guard recalled. He also remembered the shooter was wearing the same clothes that he saw him wearing earlier. The trial continues on Monday. Neither JLP nor PNP see how low voters turn out as a rejection by Jamaicans. Despite the high level of voters' apathy that is evidenced in the lower vote turnout each election cycle, neither of the Jamaica's 2 main political parties, the governing Jamaica Labour Party JLP nor the opposition People's Party PNP, views this as a collective rejection of them or their policies. Representatives of the parties offered their views during Thursday's night televised debate, one of the 2 organized by the Jamaica Debates Commission ahead of the February 26 local government election. The other debate was held yesterday. In responding to the social media question about whether the continued low vote turnout is a rejection of the parties, the PNP's Alan Bernard, who is contesting the Montego Bay Northeast Division, said no. "This I wouldn't interpret as a rejection. What I see happening, especially at the local government level, is a systematic exclusion of citizens from the process. That is where the politics start, at the local level, Bernard said, before blaming the GLP for the low turnout. Said Bernard, it is the case that institutions that were established within the local government process have been dismantled by the Jamaica Labour Party, from the National Association of the Parish Development Committees to the Parish Development Committees themselves, SDC Social Development Committee being nurtured, community development communities being hijacked. You have no other result than people becoming disenchanted by the process. Using the PNP's campaign slogan, Bernard said, "Time come for citizens' participation in local government." He promised that all municipalities under PNP administration composed February 26 will ensure that the people, the citizens, remain or return to the center of this process. We've done it before, we will do it again. Where people feel a part of the process, they are more likely to turn out and vote. The PNP spokesperson on local government, Natalie Nita Graham, who participated in the debate, said, "All politics is local, and when the people don't feel that you're spending their money the right way because there's no system of transparency or accountability, or there's a great level of corruption and arrogance, as it's seen from this Jamaica Labour Party government, then it only encourages them to say it's for somebody else. We must get back to a place where people see governments at work on their behalf." For her part, the Jamaica Labour Party, Venetia Phillips, appealed to the electorate. She began with, "Jamaica, apathy is real. We understand your frustration." She then said she did not see low voter turnout as a rejection. "I think it's your message to us as political representatives on either side of the aisles that you are fed up with the low performance. You are fed up sometimes with the lack of accountability. So we understand that apathy is real. It's real the world over." Phillips said that the JLP approach to dealing with the issue is to regain the trust of the electorate through performance, through engagement, through communication. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.